Hello guys and welcome to Girls Gone Fishing, and today we're going to be reviewing a few survival gadgets. More these guys, the little survival credit cards. Now this one I've had for several years now and it's actually coming really handy. I've kept it in my wallet, mainly used it for work, for different things like using the little screwdriver bits, the little blade to cut rope or little bits of string and stuff like that. Even used the can opener once or twice. They are pretty handy, and I was after using this one so much, I thought, what others are there on the market? And I looked on eBay and lo and behold, there's a lot of different varieties. So I decided to spend a tenner, see how many I can get, and these are the ones I picked up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through them all. I'm going to show you them, show you the features of each of them, and then I'm going to have a put to the test to see if the features actually do work or not. Which I think is important, because you see a lot of reviews on these kind of like credit card like survival things, but they never actually show you if they do work, apart from maybe the knife they'll cut up a piece of paper. I mean, if I'm in the middle of the woods and I need a decent knife, I'm not just going to hope, oh, it cuts a bit of paper, so it should be fine to, to cut some wood up. So the first one I'm going to look at is this one. It's a flat knife, turns into a little knife. I'm not too sure about this. It looks very weak and flimsy in truth. I mean, look how bendy that is. But the knife doesn't look too bad. It looks like what you'd expect from like a little razor blade or something. So give it a go anyway. So just figuring out how to bend it. Oh, I see. So there you go. You bend the little side in first. Big side over. There's some little holes. So push it in. And then there's a little clip, swivel it round, and yeah, there you go. Oh no, I see. Okay, blade wants to come up first, little one over. As you can see, I haven't used these yet, so first time. Now there you go. It comes out a little knife. I mean, still quite bendy that. Wouldn't want to use it in anything too strong probably. It doesn't quite clip into the actual blade, the plastic, so I don't know. It looks sharp. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look, I wouldn't say it will stand up, but I mean, if you need a little blade for something, I suppose having something like that in your credit card, like your wallet or whatever, it'd be a good idea. So there's the first one. Okay, the second one, I bought it thinking it looked cool, but as it actually got here, I think it's more of an urban credit card more than a survival credit card. I mean, when I was on eBay, I put in survival credit cards, so I just kind of went with the first 5 that are different. But this one is more of a urban type. As you can see, it's actually got written on it. I don't know if you can quite see that. It's got all the uses on it. So you've got a peeler at the front here. You've got a can opener here, which might go through, I don't know. You've got little wrench bits here going from 12, 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2. You've got another one here for 1. You've got a bottle opener, which I don't know why they put bottle openers on a lot of these in truth, because you can use most of these little functions to open a bottle without having to add an actual bottle opener on it. You've got a box opener up there, which it's not going to help you in the wild, but like I said, I think this is more urban. You've got a letter opener here. I suppose you could also use that to pry a nail out. It looks the right shape. You've got a little screwdriver, which really does look little. I don't know if, I think that might turn more than actually like click onto the screw properly to turn it. You've also got a insert card cell phone seared. I'm assuming that's to hold your phone up, so I don't know, you put a credit card in there and you can lay your phone up against it or something. You've also got a little ruler top there. It goes in inches. Is it both sides? Oh, that side's centimetres, this side's inches. And you've also got a headphone wrap. So the headphones will go from here to here, wrap round. I have got some headphones, so we'll still put this one to the test, but like I said, I think this is more an urban survival than an actual survival gadget. Right, the next one, which this is the one I was most intrigued about. It's a lot thicker than the other cards. I mean, There you go. If you can see that, it must be like about 2 or 3 of these. So not really a credit card survival, but you could fit that in your wallet if you've got a decent sized wallet. When I bought this one, I actually realised there was an upgraded version afterwards. That was a couple more quid more, which actually had a fire starter with it. You pulled out the blade and there'll be a second compartment with a fire starter. I didn't notice that until I already bought this, but so I got the basic version. But you've got a nice little knife here. It's got like a jagged bit there, and it actually feels pretty decent in truth. It's quite sturdy, very strong. You've got some more like little wrench bits here, and it's actually quite comfy, I think, personally. Get your finger on there, it holds onto it. I mean, you couldn't do anything major, like maybe you might get away with splitting a few thinner bits, but nothing major. But still, I like that. That looks alright, that. You've also got, oh, if I can get it back in, a little cabinet opener here, which I think is way too thick, personally, to go through a can properly, or with ease, but I'll give it a go anyway. And you've got 2 different screwdriver bits there. That one's quite a thin one there, but that one's quite a thick one here. So I think that one would be more useful than the little one, but it's a good idea all the same. I mean, you could like sharpen that up, I suppose, and have a sharp point on there, and you could use it like to spike holes through things rather than using a knife. Which way does that go in? That way. You've also have a little set of tweezers, which personally I think these are always useful. Getting splinters out your fingers. It's easy to get splinters in your fingers when you're like messing about with wood and stuff like that. And a little toothpick. It's made out of plastic, so I couldn't really imagine that surviving very long, but it's there. You also have a magnifying glass just here, and a small compass, which it's actually quite accurate, because east is that way and it is pointing to it. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it does keep pointing to it east, so that's pretty good. You also got a little hole here where you can put a lanyard or something, and you have got in centimetres another little ruler, but it goes up to 6, I believe. Yeah, 6. Quite hard to see that, really. I do actually like this. I think it's like a bit like a Swiss Army knife in a credit card kind of fashion. Okay, the second one, no, third one I want to, fourth one is this. It's another little knife one. Now then, it's got like a nice little wolfy head thing there, and some little wrench bits. It's even got what I would say would be a little nail prior. That's about it for that, apart from the knife. Now, how do I unlock the knife? Oh, I see. There's a little bit of metal there, you just got to push it down and the knife comes out and locks again with the bit of metal. Okay, that's slipping a little bit. It probably needs just bending in a bit, maybe. Yeah, that's a bit better. So, there we go, got a little knife here. It's quite sharp actually. And got some jagged bits. I mean, it's not really massively comfy to hold, personally. But it's sharp, so probably could cut a bit of wood and stuff. Give it a go anyway. I think that does come undoes itself a little bit too easy, that. How to really keep it in place. But yeah, might be alright. We'll try it out anyway, see how good the knife is. Okay, I forgot about this little guy, the little cheap multi-tool. So it comes in a little plasticky cover thing, which cheap, it probably ripped really easy, but at least it's got safety in mind. Also comes with a little guide of what is actually on here, so for those of you who can't figure it out just by looking at it, a little guide for it. So what we got on here, we have got, apparently that is the can opener, which looks unbelievably thick. I don't think that's going to go through at all, but it might. I mean, it is sharp, so it might go through, but it does look a bit thick. We've got a blade going across there and there, which it feels like it's just literally been cut, not sharpened, just like it's just a like a jagged edge. It is rough, but it does feel sharp at the same time, but not sharp and sharp, if that makes sense. We've got a little screwdriver just up here, which looks a bit big to me. It looks very big to me actually, but it might be okay. We've got more wrench bits. You've got a small wrench down here and bigger ones up at the top here. You've got a little hole for a lanyard. You have a saw here, which actually looks not too bad. It feels quite decent and it's quite long, so I can actually imagine it sawing through something, but I think with what it would actually manage to saw through, like little sticks, you might as well just snap them really. There's no point sawing through them. You've got your bottle opener, what they all have. You also have your little ruler, what they all seem to have, and you've got this little compassy bit as well, which in truth they kind of help. They're not really that great, I don't think. If you've got a compass and a map, you can pretty much work it out from there. You don't really need an added tool like that, but sure. In truth, it's quite funny reading the back of these, what they called it. It's like the can opener is kindle, and the screwdriver, they call it a screw up. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Gives you a bit of a laugh anyway. I mean, this was the cheapest at 99p, so for 99p for a chunk of metal is, I suppose, okay. It's a nice little stocking filler anyway, even if it's not very good, but we'll put it to the test and we'll see what happens. So put him back his little bag. Truth, with how sharp that little saw is, it's quite a good idea he's got a bag. You can put it that way down then. So yeah. So let's have a quick look at cutting power. First of all, let's try the little plastic blade. Now then, minimum I want a little survival knife. I was hoping to take it in a survival pack would be to at least be able to get some tinder from like a bit of stick or a bit of wood or something like that. So if it can cut through a bit of wood easily to get me enough small bits, I'd be happy. So I've got myself here a little bit of wood from outside. So let's give this one a go. Okay, so it's kind of cutting through. It's not really, just show you there. Okay, in truth, if you can see there, it's quite bendy. It doesn't really work because it's bendy. You can feel it trying to bend up and down in your hand. So to cut the wood, it's struggling a little bit. It is getting the odd little bit off when you really get into it, but it's doing the same again. It's just like open up every time you close it down. It just tries again. In truth, the whole thing is it's like a decent idea, but it's too weak. It's just, it comes apart far too easily. So I'm going to say not really that great. I wouldn't probably have it in my bag. The most I'd probably use it for, if I ever used it, would be to cut some string. So there you go. That's the knife card then. So yeah. Next up, we've got this one, the little wolf head blade. So let's give that one a go. Now then, from the way the knife is set, you can kind of tell you're supposed to grip it like that. But I don't think it's going to work very well like that in truth. So, no, okay, it straight away didn't work because it just bent round, as you can see. So, if I could take it off from this bit of metal, I think it'd be a more useful knife. But personally, it's same as the other one. That one kept trying to break. This one, it just keeps trying to push itself back all the time. It's like, even if you've got your thumb there, you can still feel it. It's not brilliantly sharp. Don't go through the wood very well. It just kind of jags up a bit. So no, won't really have it in my backpack in truth. Same again. Most I'll probably do that is cut some wood, cut some string with it. So that's that one. Next, let's try this guy. Okay, I kind of noticed something straight away. I said it was quite comfy holding it, which it is quite comfy holding it, but the actual blade is facing down now. So really, it's a left-handed blade. And if you're not left-handed, it makes it awkward. But it is sharp. It is like gathering it up there. I suppose you could pull it down to here, but then it's getting dangerous. So for collecting tinder, not really the best idea. I mean, you could use it to jab something, but it's kind of like disappointed me a bit that has now found out it's like the wrong-handed. But yeah, well, not wrong-handed, it's just cack-handed for me. It does cut though. I mean, as a last resort it would be, it's not too bad. It is cutting, but yeah, it's a bit the wrong side that. Right, so this one, it doesn't have a blade, so no point with that, worrying about that one. Let's have a go at the cheap 99p one. Where's the blade? There it is. So now that's actually cutting through surprisingly well. It's not doing too bad at all, that. As you can see, it is slicing through quite nicely. So that's actually surprised me quite much. Not too bad at all, that. So yeah, so that's not a bad blade. So far that's the best blade to cut in tinder with. Let's try my one. Where's the blade on it? There it is. Bit of wood that's not been used yet. There it is. Now that's actually cutting through a lot thicker and a lot easier. So I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's definitely the best blade so far. It's really bringing it all up out there. So there you go. So best blade so far out of all of them is my original little pocket knife, survival card. So next test, tin opener. Now then, which ones have the tin opener? Two main knives didn't. This one has got a tin opener. So let's try it. That's pierced. I'll tell you what, this is not the most comfiest to hold though. But once you get it going, it is actually cutting. See, it's cutting through. Really uncomfortable. This and this kind of like sticks into your hand a bit, so it's really not the most comfortable to hold, and it does take a bit to get that first hole going, but it does go once you get it going. So yes, the tin opener does work with this one. Next we have this one, which I still think is too thick to open a tin, but we'll try it anyway. So yeah, that ain't going through. It's way too thick to go through. I think what you need to do is get a bit of a grinder on it and just like grind it both sides just to make it more of a point going into the middle. So no, don't use that for opening anything. Next we have the one off the little like Swiss Army type. This again I think is too thick. It does, don't know if you can see that, it does kind of go into a point here, but not enough. I think it needs to be ground down a bit more just to get it to more of a point, but we'll give it a go anyway. Yeah, that's not even making a piercing hole. I'll try it in the old hole, see if it would work there. No, okay, useless tin opener. It's quite disappointing, that as well. And then last but not least is my original one. Yeah, I don't think this one's going in either. Oops, what am I doing? Oh, wait, we made a hole. Actually, that's going in really easy and it's turning really nicely. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. There's the other two holes. and it's just kind of really gone for it. It's like in the same time it's took to make that tiny one down there with the other one, it's like ripped through half the can nearly, well, quarter of the can. And that's really comfy as well. It just kind of just keeps going round for it. So yeah, that's the best tin opener out of all of them anyway. Yeah. So there you go guys, my overall verdict is my original multi-tool I still prefer out of all these. They've all got good ideas, but they really need improving. I mean, at the end of the day, they are cheap. I think the most expensive one was probably this knife card that cost me about £2.50. The rest were £1 something, and then that one was like 99p. So I mean, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. But then again, I only paid £2.50 for that one, and I think it's really brilliant actually. It's done its job. It does what it says on the package, and I'll be happy to take that out with me as a like a last resort for a knife and a tin opener really. So just goes to show. There you go. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, comment, let us know which one was your favourite, and we'll see you next time. Bye!